Namaste and welcome. It's the 12th day of yoga, and I'm so happy you're here right now. In fact, I'm feeling so joyous. I wore my Santa hat. We got some Christmas decorations up in my house yesterday, and it just brought me such a sense of joy. And I was thinking about how every year, in the winter time, we put up our lights, we put out our decorations, and then we take them down. And it just reminds me that everything has its time, everything has its rhythm and pulsation. And if we always kept the holiday lights up, they wouldn't be that special. They wouldn't bring us back to the memory of the joy of the season. Today we're going to practice a pose called Stithi Chaturasana. It's the standing number 4 pose. And it's a position that we'll find ourselves like a drummer drumming for 12 drummers drumming. And the idea of the drum is like this pulsation and this rhythm that happens, right? This steadiness. And also when you're banging on a drum, it feels wonderful. It brings you joy. It lifts your vibration. So that's where we're going in our practice today. So sit well, turn your thigh bones in, and lengthen your tailbone down. Rise up, take a deep breath, fill your body with energy. Draw the heads of your arm bones back, glide your throat back so that your ears line up with your shoulders line up with your hips. You can join your thumb and index fingers together in a symbol of unity, uniting the individual with the universal. Close your eyes and become aware of the pulsation that is always present, the flow of your breath. You can begin to use the Ujjayi breath, the victoriously uprising breath, and feel its steadiness, its regularity, this kind of pulsation. In Sanskrit, this word for pulsation is spanda. And you feel the expansion with your inhalation and then the contraction with your exhalation. And we remember that we need both. We need the expansion, we need the joy, we need the celebration, and then we also need the coming back, the contraction, the going inward, the low down times. We need the light and the dark. And this is one of the beautiful things about the philosophy of Tantra is that we want to experience it all. We don't just want the good stuff. I mean, yeah, you like the good stuff. It feels good, right? But we need the darkness to appreciate the light. And as we're moving now into the winter solstice, tomorrow it'll be the darkest day of the year, but there's that sense of hope that the light is returning. Bring your palms together at the heart center and take a moment to set an intention for yourself today. Now, as you're completing, perhaps you've done all of the 12 days of yoga series. What's next for you? It's like we're at the end of a cycle here, but we'll see what comes next. Once one door closes, another opportunity arises. And this is the natural pulsation of life. Let's chant the sound Om together. When you chant, it's a subtle pulsation. It's vibration, right? And we make the sound, bring that sound straight from your heart, send it out into the world. So take a deep breath in. Om. Bow your head, honoring your intention. And then gently release your hands down, open your eyes, and let's get our hips to wake up. So we'll begin in our table position. You won't need a lot of props for our practice today. Maybe just a block at some point. We'll start in table. and begin with the pulsation of cat-cow. So for cow, press your thigh bones back, lift your sitting bones up, reach your heart forward, and then on the exhalation, contract into your cat stretch. Bring your tailbone forward, round your back, tuck your chin, and then inhale, thighs back, heart up, look up. Exhale, round your spine, go inward. Darkness, contraction, and then inhale, look up joyfully into the light. Exhale, draw in. Go a few more times. Feeling both of the movements here brings you into that place of remembrance that we want it all, not just the contraction, not just the expansion, but both. And then somewhere there's that magical place in the middle. So somewhere between cow and cat, there's this nice neutral spine. And the place in the middle is the place we go for. That's the threshold between the individual and the universal, between the light and the dark. So we find that place of centeredness, draw into it, and then expand out. Take your right leg out behind you. Roll your thigh in so your toes face down towards the floor. And then from the core of your pelvis, extend out into your legs and feet and stretch your spine forward, look forward. Release, right knee down. Inhale, left leg up, thigh in. Lift from your hamstring, so you're moving the top of the thigh bone back. Draw the belly in so there's strength and support from the front, and then shine out. Good, and release. All right, we're going to do some hip circles. So take your right foot to the outside of your hands. Come up on your fingertips, or here's where your block can come in handy underneath your hands. And then draw a circle with your hips and go around a few times. And gradually make your circle a little bigger. And then go the opposite direction. Feel all the sensation in your legs and lower back and pelvis here. All right, good. And then switch sides. Take the right knee down, left foot to the outside of your hands, up on the blocks here, or fingers to the floor, and circle your hips now. Once again. And then go the other direction. And then come into the place in the middle, neutral place in the middle. Tuck your back toes under. Bring your left hand onto your left thigh. Take a deep breath. Reach your heart forward. Press your thighs back. Draw the tailbone in. And then push down with your left hand and take a little twist. Turn your belly and chest to the left. Then take the left outer hip, tack it down. Right? It wants to stick up, so we're going to tack it down. That scoops your left sitting bone under, and imagine a string or a bungee cord between your left sitting bone and your left heel. You want to like tighten that up so those 2 points come a little closer together. Then heads of arm bones back and reach your left hand up for a deep lunge twist. And from the center of your pelvis, you can reach down towards the earth and then lift up from the pelvis to the top of your head. And release. Left hand down. Switch sides. Take your right foot outside of your hands. Right hand to your thigh. Press your thigh bones back, tailbone in. And then we tack this hip down. Right? It wants to stick up. Tack it down. Pull it down. Imagine that bungee cord between the sitting bone and the inner edge of your heel. It's like, yeah, it feels so good. Then lengthen through your side ribs. Take your shoulders back. Reach up. And if you want a little more, you can go a little deeper into the lunge and rise up. Celebrate. Shine with joy, the joy of your heart. And then release your hand down. Good. Let's go to downward dog. You can move your block out of the way. Place your palms on the floor. The centers of your wrists as wide apart as the outer shoulders. Walk your knees back a couple more inches. Turn your toes under. Grip the floor with your finger pads. Draw up from the palms up to the tops of your arm bones and then melt your heart. Turn your sitting bones up towards the sky. Lift your knees up. Come up into a little lumbar curve. And then paddle your feet. Walk in place. Gently stretch. And feel the pulsation here, the spanda. Pulsate with joy. Joyfully move your body. Connect to the flow and the rhythm of your breath. And even the legs here are moving somewhat rhythmically. Maybe it's more random. Good. Then stretch both legs almost straight. Have a little bend in your knees. Turn your sitting bones way up towards the sky. Lift your armpits, melt the heart, and then expand. Stretch from your heart down into your fingertips. From your heart, go up to the sitting bones, and then lengthen the backs of your legs. Take the base of your shins back and down towards the earth. And as you breathe, feel that pulsation, light and dark, joy, and maybe sadness. And know that it's all valid. It's all okay. It's all part of this crazy life we live. Then look forward. Take a big step through with your right foot. Lunge. Lift the back thigh. And then tack that outer right hip crease down. That's going to be an important action when we get to our peak pose in a little bit. So draw the outer edge of your sitting bone towards the inner edge of your heel. Like, oh yeah, it's intense, but it feels good. Stretch your spine forward. Good, and then go back, downward facing dog, right leg back. Take your left foot up, lunge, come on the fingertips, firm your legs. Thighs back, tailbone in, and then scoop. Left hip under, left outer edge of your sitting bone, inner edge of your left heel. Bring those 2 points closer together. Then expand out from the pelvis, lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, look forward. Ooh, give a push off now with your right foot. Bring your feet parallel, fold over your legs. And then root down to rise up. Reach your arms out to your sides and up overhead. Exhale. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Good. Inhale, stretch up, lift your heart. So here's expansion. And then exhale, bow forward. Kind of contraction. Going into the darkness. Inhale, look up, look out to the light. Exhale, right leg back, lunge. And let's go for side angle pose. Turn your right heel down. Left hand can stay on the floor or bring your forearm up to your thigh. Right hand to your hip. Good. Hug your legs towards each other. Move your inner thighs back, draw the tailbone under. And then let's think again. Outer edge of the sitting bone. So like the back of your sitting bone towards the inner edge of your heel. You tighten those 2 points towards each other. You get stronger. Take the shoulders back. Turn your heart up towards the sky a bit. And then stretch your left arm, your right arm, over your ear. And shine out, expand out. Good. Come on back down to lunge. Step back, plank pose. Hug in strongly. Draw into the middle, the madhya, the center, the balancing place between opposites. And then release down, knees down first, or go through your chaturanga dandasana all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Pull your heart forward. Reach back through your toes. Glide your ears back. Look up. And then exhale to downward dog. Good. Step forward now with your right leg. Turn the left heel down to the floor. Right hand either on the mat or forearm to thigh. And bring your left hand to your waist. Take a breath and remember, everything pulsates. You're part of this bigger energy. And then pull into that. Pull your feet towards each other. Move your thighs back. Keep your left thigh bone moving back. Draw the right sitting bone under. Sitting bone reaches towards your heel. And then take your heads of your arm bones back and now stretch your left arm up over your head and shine out. So we do all this work to contract and pulsate, engage inward so that you can expand back out. Then turn down to the floor, place both hands into lunge and push off with your back leg. Fold into Uttanasana. Press down into your feet and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release, hands to your heart. Inhale, stretch your arms up, big opening. And then exhale, we close ourselves off a bit as you bow forward to Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Step your left foot back, lunge, bring your knee down to the mat. And then take both of your hands inside the right leg. Shift your hips back. We're going to go to a flying lunge here. So bend your elbows some. Take the right hand underneath your right leg and put your hand to the outside of your right foot. Then walk your left arm out to the left. Be up on your fingertips. Then reach your right arm out to the right, up on the fingertips. Now your arms are straight. Now hug in strongly. Pull your feet, your front foot and your back knee towards each other. Press your inner thighs back. And then that big scoop of the tailbone so the outer right hip crease tacks down. Lift your arms and expand out. So there's so much drawing in, you expand out against it. And then if you want to challenge yourself even more, lift your back knee off the floor, but try to keep your hips square and arms up. Great, and then bring your hands down. Woo, find your way to plank pose. Awesome job. Hug in. Exhale, bend your arms, Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog pose. Find the pulsation in your dog. Return to your breath. The breath is the spanda that's always present. And lower your knees down now. Step your left foot forward to the outside of your hands and lower down. Bend your arms. Reach your arms out to the sides so the left arm crawls under your left thigh. Right arm out. Look forward. Take a breath. Remember, it's all pulsation. And then hug in. Pull your front foot and your back knee towards each other. Move your inner thighs back. And that big engagement, pulling in the tailbone. Then you can reach your arms up. Look forward. Expand out from the center. Maybe challenge yourself to lift your right knee off the floor. Flying lunge. Woo. And then place your hands down, one to either side of your front foot. Step forward and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, return to mountain pose. Kind of that neutral place in the middle. All right, fantastic. We're going to come down, do one reclined pose before we go to our standing number 4. So this is a reclined number 4. So come down onto your back. This is the eye of the needle. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. take a breath and appreciate how good it feels to lie on the floor. So, that's pulsation too. You work really hard and then you get a little bit of a rest. Spread your toes of your right foot and press your little pinky toe away from your head. So the little toe is reaching more towards the outside of your shin. This helps protect your ankle and your knee. And it keeps your legs energized. Take the left foot off the mat, and you can either clasp your hands behind your thigh or around your left shin to go a little deeper. Spread all 10 toes, hug in strongly, and then try to find a little bit of your lumbar curve. So roll your sitting bones down towards the floor, lengthen your tailbone towards your feet, relax your shoulders. And as you breathe, there's the spanda. Invite your breath to be joyful, nourishing, replenishing. Breathe into all the tight spaces in your legs and hips. And enjoy this little moment of lying down because in another minute or so we're going to be standing up. And we'll do this pose standing up. This is going to be our drummer's pose. You'll see how that works in a minute. All right, release. Let's switch sides. The hat's falling off. All right, left foot over your ankle, comes with the base of your thigh close to your knee. Spread the toes. Lift your right leg. Clasp your hand around your right leg and draw in. But as you draw in, try to press your inner thighs away from your head, and that will help you lift the lumbar spine lightly away from the floor. And then engage your abs and draw the tailbone towards your feet. Shoulders back. Breathe into the sensation in your left leg and your hip. And then release. Uncross your legs. Turn to your side. And come back up to standing. All right, so I had to really use my imagination for this one, I think. But I think we're going to have some fun. So come on up. Stand in mountain pose with your feet hip distance apart. Make parallel lines through the centers of your feet. So from the base of the ankle to the base of your second toe, those lines are parallel. Spread your toes and connect to all four corners of both feet. Shift your weight over to your left foot. Bend your knees a little bit. And then as we just did in Eye of the Needle, cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Spread your toes. Draw the pinky toe back towards your outer shin, or just press your shin against your left thigh. Hands to hips. Take a deep breath in. Fill yourself with light and prana and shakti, and then bend the left leg. Press your inner thighs back. Draw your tailbone in. All right, so now this is your drum. You're going to bang on your drum. 12 drummers drumming. Oh, yeah, you got it. Joy. Shine out with joy. Woo, and then reach your arms up. Straighten your knee. Exhale and step your foot down. So fun. Okay, other side. Spread your toes. Feel the connection of your foot down to the earth. Firm your leg. Bend your knees slightly. Cross the left ankle over the top. Hands to hips. So here's like we want to square the hips. So you want to think that bent knee, you want to tack that down a bit. Thighs back. Tailbone in, tack the hip down. So your hips try to stay somewhat level to the floor. All right. And the more you bend your standing leg, the more hip stretch you get. And then let's just drum it out, beat it out. And somehow when you're moving, it makes the standing balance a little easier. I don't know. Do you find that? I'm finding that. And then reach your arms up, straighten your leg. Exhale, foot down, arms down, hands to your heart. Close your eyes and enjoy the stillness and the steadiness of this moment. And then release. All right, so that was our Stithi Chaturasana standing number 4 pose. Let's come back down to the floor. We'll do one twist. Let's do a seated twist today. We'll sit just easy cross-leg seat, ankles under your knees. Turn your thigh bones in. Root your tailbone down. Lift up through your spine, shoulders back. And then bring your right hand around behind you, close to your body. Left hand to your right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to twist. And press your leg into your hand. Good. Feel the slow pulsation of your breath. And invite that rhythm to slow down even more now. Inhale to unwind. And then switch sides. Take your left hand behind you, right hand to your left thigh. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart. Exhale, turn from the belly and the ribs. Take your shoulders back, turn your head. And stay grounded from the pelvis and the hips down into the earth. But rise up joyfully through your spine. Enjoy the pulsation, the spanda. Inhale, come back to center. Very nice. And lie down on your back. It's Shavasana time. Make yourself comfortable. Legs down on the floor. Stretch your legs long. Let the feet roll out. Arms down by your sides. Maybe your hands are 6 to 12 inches away from your hips. Palms face up. Close your eyes and feel the pulsation of your breath, but also feel for the more subtle spanda vibration, that shimmer of light inside of you. That's the Shakti, the life force energy. That Shakti manifests the divine into this human form. And part of the spanda, the pulsation, is the forgetting and the remembering. So we often forget that we are expressions of divine consciousness. And the practice of yoga helps you remember. It helps you tune in to this inner energetic pulsation. Just let go now into that pulsation. And when you remember your true nature, your heart opens and you feel more joyful. Now joyfully wiggle your toes and fingers. Deepen your breath, begin to stretch. And as you're ready, bend your knees and roll over to your right side. Keep your Santa hat on. And gently press yourself up to a seated position. Sit well with your thighs turned in and root your tailbone down. Bring your hands together at heart center and bow your head, honoring all aspects of yourself. The joy, the sadness, the fun, the challenges, the good days, the bad days. And remember, it's all spanda. It's all the pulsation of the universe expressing itself as you. I'd like to thank you for participating in the 12 Days of Yoga project. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you're looking for more, please visit me at bodymindheartyoga.com. I teach weekly classes there every week. I'll be off the week after Christmas before New Year's. I'm going on retreat, virtual retreat. And also, if you want more information about Ashaya Yoga, please visit ashayayoga.com. All right. And if you're feeling really up for a big challenge, on January 8th, I'll be leading 108 sun salutations. It takes about 2 hours. We'll start around 1:08 p.m. Eastern Time. So check that out also on the bodymindheartyoga.com website. Thank you so much. And let's finish off with a big Om to conclude our 12 days series. Let's take a deep breath together. Om. Namaste and happy holidays.